Once again, this is the election of a lifetime for LGBTQ. Is this really this time? The election day is almost over, and the phrase, "this is the election of a lifetime," rings truer than ever for LGBTQ Americans. We have heard the phrase so many times, but at this hour, could it finally become true for the LGBTQ community? Our democratic republic stands on unsteady ground, and the rights of 8% of the population, I actually think it's higher, of the queer community of America are under direct threat. Project 2025, the GOP's proposed agenda for a second Trump administration, openly targets LGBTQ rights, aiming to overturn marriage equality, strip legal protections, and enforce restrictive definitions of family. Trump's election essentially guarantees a dramatic rejection of the T of LGBTQ. As a result, prominent voices within the queer community are sounding the alarm. Activist and actor Tym Moss recalls that after Trump's 2017 inauguration, quote, "Everything on the official website of the White House mentioning LGBT and our rights had been removed and remained removed throughout his term," end quote. Former out CNN anchor Don Lemon warns that democracy itself is at stake. Lemon said, quote, "Kamala Harris is on the side of democracy," end quote, and points out her opponent's hateful campaign themes. Upper Darby councilor Jess Branas, who is the first ever out lesbian on the council, highlights potential losses in healthcare, employment, fearing LGBTQ individuals could become, quote, "subpar citizens," end quote, under the Trump administration. For queer Americans, this election could determine not only if the community thrives, but if it is allowed to exist openly. Now, I grew up I was in high school in the Anita Bryant era, and any of you young queers out there who don't know who she is,
do your homework.
Do your homework
now.
Google it. And so I came out and, really came into being who I am in a period of time where I could not do so openly. I remember the first gay pride march or parade that I participated in. It was maybe 1980 or something like that. And I held a sign when I saw TV cameras. I hid behind the sign because I didn't want to be outed. And, look at me now. Ha ha ha. But, this is really, right? This is a really, really scary time for us. And, we are fighters. We fought for everything we have. Nobody gave us rights. Nobody said, oh, you know what? Yeah, you should be protected from discrimination. No, we fought for everything that we have, and we'll fight for it again. I mean, there's no, once we came out of that closet, that door shut. We can't go back in.
Right. The problem is multifaceted. If Trump were to, God forbid, win today, that we're not only subpar, and once again, everything that we represent will come off the White House website. But if you're a woman and you're a lesbian,
right?
If you're a woman and you want to have a child and you're a lesbian, if you're a black lesbian woman
basically
wants to have a
woman, basically,
yeah.
Well, and then you take.
But there are a lot of other folks
groups,
in there.
but
of course,
there's a whole group of people that are not LGBTQ that are also going to be persecuted, and we're part of that. And their plan targets us directly, but it also is targeting a lot of minority groups. And
absolutely.
And so what happens tonight is going to have a major impact.
And I don't think it's going to happen tonight.
I don't either.
No, we were talking about that. I think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be a surprise landslide. Well, we won't know tonight, yeah.
Well, if it's a surprise landslide, we might know tonight.
Yeah.
But, the reality is that there are a lot of groups that will be hurt by this. Project 2025 talks about the elimination of the Department of Education. It talks about the elimination of FEMA. and privatization of some agencies that are government agencies. And once you privatize things,
CDC?
it becomes about money. Exactly. You can't privatize the CDC because then they're beholden to, money.
Right.
I mean, I just think that Project 2025 is scary. Actually,
Scary.
very scary. Every
Scary.
Tuesday morning at the Pride Center, there's coffee and conversation.
Yeah.
How's the coffee?
It's delicious.
Okay.
And Robert Boo, every Tuesday morning, he carries out this big binder. It's the entire Project 2025. And every Tuesday morning, he has some, tabs. He flips it over and he reads a section of Project 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are there sharp knives in the room? Because after a few weeks
What
of
time
that,
does this take place every Tuesday?
every Tuesday morning at the Pride Center at Equality Park in Wilton Manors, from 10 to 12 is coffee and conversation.
That's a great
It's a
thing to know.
wonderful thing.
Yeah.
It's for seniors,
Okay.
and they get over 100 people. Before COVID, sometimes it's close to 200 people, and it's a wonderful opportunity. But Project 2025 scares the heck out of everyone that's in that room.
Oh yeah. It scares me to the point of I want to go to the courthouse and get married. Because me and my husband have been engaged. COVID canceled our ceremony, so we never did it. So I've been toying with the idea of just going, so we have it. But then I'm toying with the idea of what if this fucking maniac wins, and then we have it, and then they overturn it. So I'm like, let's just wait and see.
Do it now anyway. Don't wait and see, because it's going to be harder to dissolve
once
marriages that already exist.
Okay.
They could stop marriages from happening,
right?
But
there's tax
do it
implications
now.
and all kinds of
Yeah,
health
do it
education.
now.
Yeah. So I would definitely do it now.
Sunshine Cathedral, I'm coming.
Yes, yes, yes.